So as I suspected, no one would be here today because nobody wants to go slog 3.5, 4 miles of logging road to get to the trail. But really, from there, the trail is only about 1.5 miles long. As you can see, they've got this closed and blocked off pretty good. They put all their normal trailhead signs down here. Looks like there's a little car camping site right here next to the bridge. It's a pretty nice little site. You can see there's a little bit of washout here, but the main park's up over here. The water's running pretty good. It's a little chilly, enough to see my breath. Oh, that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That's what caused the closure. And I don't know if there's an ETA for them to fix it, but this is now the new trailhead. This is a pretty popular trail, so to add 3.5, 4 miles of logging road, let's see what we see. This is the runoff that started it right here. Wow. Someone's put some markers, that's nice. Cuts off a little bit of that logging road. I wonder if there's more of these. That would be quite nice. I'd rather be in this. So we'll see where this takes us, because it probably just takes us right back up to logging road. So, but enough people must be getting out here. You can certainly see the trail, and of course the markers are very abundant. Oh yeah, see, it came down this way, and it crossed right up this culvert instead of following that ditch and going down the culvert. That's a lot of water. A little cairn here. There's a marker. Whoa! Whoa. What we got going on down here? Something, something. Nothing I want to come back up, that's for sure. Could be an old mine down there. A lot of old mines in this area. Iron mines, copper mines, silver mines, gold mines, a lot. So you can still find old adits from time to time. They're definitely fun to check out when you find them. One of the things you really do got to be cautious for when you are going off trail, because they do have some of the adits have collapsed or vents or other things, so you do got to be cautious. One thing that was interesting, a friend told me about to be careful of, and I did a little bit of research, was Japanese World War II bombs. And they were basically weather balloons that carried bombs over from Japan. They do still exist. You can see people that have found some. It's good to know what they look like, because they certainly still could be active. They have detonated some within the last several years. So you may think it's old mining equipment, and it's actually a live bomb from the World War II era. I totally forgot about this part. Alright, we're barefoot in this one. Oh, I don't want to think about how cold it is. Oh my goodness gracious. Woo. It is, wow, more than ankle deep. Oh my god, my feet are numb. Holy cow, holy cow. There's a black bear. There he goes. He's a big boy. There's that smell. Oh man. That is, it's a piney, just an evergreen. Whoa. Rad. We are at the trailhead. Look at that, nobody here. Plenty of parking. All right. Finally, we are on trail. Usually there's an Alpine Lakes wilderness permit that you gotta fill out and put on. But they don't really have anything here. And whether you're day hiking or backpacking, if you're in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, just a self-issue permit, doesn't cost anything. And it even talks about it right here. Well, permits are required between May 15th and October 31st. Here's our map. We are here, and it's only about 1.5 miles to here, and it's about 5 miles up to Bear and Deer. See where the snow is, see how far. Maybe we'll just get to the end of the lake. I know there's a little campsite down here. Maybe stop there for lunch. Your deep end of the lake is right here. That's where it gets down to about 150 feet. Down here it gets down to about 130 feet. And there's one other little hole, it gets down to about 80 feet here. In between here and kind of down here, stays about 50 feet deep. So about 1.5 miles long. And they do keep it stocked, so it should be some good fishing when it's open. Here we go, 1.5 miles Dorothy Lake and 5 to Bear Lake. And that was not bad. So 1.5 hours on a logging road, and it was pretty dry, which was nice. But 1.5 hours on a logging road to get Dorothy Lake entirely to yourself, I'll take that. The solitude outweighs the slogging road on that one. Oh, and right off the bat, right off the bat, we've got some blowdown to get around. Oh, this is fun. It looks like others have already done this trail this year. I do see some footprints and whatnot, but I imagine we'll see more of that along the way, as no one's really been out here in quite a while. So the trail starts off in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, which is almost 400,000 acres. One of my favorite spots in the state to go hiking and backpacking and exploring. So right now we'll start off following the East Fork of Miller River. It's ripping, and it'll branch off, and we'll follow Camp Robber Creek. And Camp Robber Creek is runoff from Camp Robber Valley, which is also getting some runoff from Camp Robber Peak. And the Camp Robber I don't know what camp robber is. If you leave some food out, you will find one rather quickly, as they are otherwise known as a Canada jay or a gray jay or a whiskey jack. And they're a songbird, but they are a part of the Corvidae family, so they're part of the crow family. And you see a lot of pictures, people and putting little breadcrumbs out in their hand, and the birds will come land right in their hand. Those are your camp robbers, and they'll steal your fish, they'll steal your snacks. They are little camp robbers. Fun fact about the camp robber: it's actually Canada's national bird. Lake Dorothy sits just under 3,100 feet, and it is one of the biggest lakes in the area at 260 acres. So it was named in 1894 by Oliver Phelps Anderson, who was a map maker and founder of O.P. Anderson and Company. And he named it Lake Dorothy after his daughter, Dorothy Louise Anderson, who was born in 1893, and sadly she passed in 1912. I believe it was just before she turned 19 years old. I don't have a lot of details on that, but it's certainly one of those things that makes you curious. All right. So as you can see, officially entering Alpine Lake Wilderness. So some scenic pleasures today. We'll see the Camp Robber Cascading Falls as we take the bridge and cross over Camp Robber Creek. From there we'll be following the East Fork of Miller River once again, which comes from the outlet of Lake Dorothy. So these are your skunk cabbage, and you can smell why they call them skunk cabbage. Woo! Wow, they are ripe. Woo! All right, so we are almost 5 miles in, about 4 3/4, and at 2,600 feet. And now we're starting to see snow, but one thing I also see is not a single footprint. It certainly looks like there was some decent water running down the trail, but relatively dry, and especially dry compared to to the river last week. So, a lot of steps, a lot of stairs, but everything's in relatively good shape. It is certainly a lot warmer than I anticipated it being. Enough so the bugs are starting to come out. That's pretty big old growth. Still have more stairs than I remember. Alright. So the trail, inlet trail goes up and around, that goes to Bear Lake. The outlet right here. We'll go take a look. And this is day use only. So there's a bunch of campsites along the lake, but there's still a fair amount of snow. And it's soft and really post-holy. So take it slow. Go through your footing. We're gonna try to go up right here. So the trail's just underwater. Again, we do not know what's underneath. So we want to be very careful here. Well, there's a lot less snow here than there was at Snoqualmie. You can see the outlet's a bit more open, and even the middle of the lake is a lot more open. Oops. Quite a bit more melted than Snoqualmie. So Snoqualmie is just over that ridge there and down the other side. So I think it's lunchtime. All right, so we did make it to the lake. Still frozen, a little bit. I mean, it's pretty open out in the middle, but it's still pretty frozen in here. A little tricky to put a line in here. It's still going to be a little chilly. Haven't seen anything hit the surface yet. Well, it's not quite too early in the year. For them, it may feel earlier than it does to the rest of us. There's this much snow still around. A couple peaks to see when you're up here is Big Snow Mountain. Kind of obvious why I've got its name there. And then you also have Little Boger. Once you get up on the ridge, over here, if you're headed over towards Bear Deer, you can actually look back and see Camp Robert Peak. We'll just eat some lunch and enjoy having a 260-acre lake to ourselves.